I believe we are live. Just give me a couple of moments. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. You can see me and hear me fine, then I'd appreciate for those of you who are watching this live to just put a little yes in the comment box on the right hand side, so I know that it is all working as it should. Okay. All right. I think we're pretty much good to go. Hello, my name is Uzair and thanks for being here. Today is Friday, the 26th of June. It's the last session of the week, and in today's session I'm going to go through a few Google Ads best practices and a few questions which has been sent over to me. If it's your first time over here, then welcome. And if you're returning as well, then thank you for coming back. Those of you who know the format, I'll go through the presentations and the workflows, and towards the end, I'm gonna answer any questions you guys may have. So I'll try and do my best to answer them for you. If you have any questions, then please put them in the comment box on the right hand side of that video. And I can see Mustafa, you have put in a question, so I'll come to that towards the end. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to get started with a few Google Ads best practices as to what you should do to keep your campaigns perform better. And this is one of the things which I see quite often is in one campaign, both the search network and the display network and search partners are put in together. Now, you can run search network and the search partners together, but I would never recommend to keep the same campaign for all the three of them, or search and display networks, because these are different networks. You get different CTRs, different click-through rates, different conversion rate, cost per conversion, and so on. I would absolutely take the display network out and keep it in a separate one if you wish to run the display campaign, your ads on the display campaign. So what you want to do is, when you're setting up a campaign, you need to just uncheck those boxes. Now, you will find that those boxes are already checked. Now let's go into our account, and I'm gonna create a new campaign. Okay. And I'll just create a simple campaign, and got to be search campaign, obviously. There. So this is what I mean by keeping them separate. So the default setting is that they are already checked, and a lot of you guys and advertisers oversee this thinking that these need to be checked. They don't need to be checked. You can quite easily uncheck them, but you will get a kind of like a little warning message. Most advertisers include their ads on Google search partner sites. Now, which sites these are? These are like AOL, ask.com, and some other sites on their Google search partners network. So what that means is that your ads will only appear on the Google page. So when somebody goes to the Google page, homepage, and puts in the search term query, that's where it's going to run now. Definitely uncheck that. And what you can do is you copy and paste the whole campaign and then just change that, come back in here and just put it over here. So that means you've got the ads running on the GDN. Now, The reason why you separate this out is the most important thing is you will get a lot of impressions and your CTR will be very low. So it will muddy the campaign data. So definitely keep them separate because they are targeted for different types of audiences. The search network is where you have intent. People are looking for a solution to their problem, whereas over here we are targeting by the audience, where I may stumble upon an ad when I'm browsing or surfing the internet. So that's why we would keep them separate. The next thing, best practice you want to do is to definitely keep your ad groups very tightly knitted with your keywords. So keep your keywords very same or similar to each other and not have a wide variety of keywords in the same ad group. You separate them out. The reason being is if you have got a good set of keywords which are relevant to each other, then your ad in that ad group will be super relevant to those set of keywords. If you've got lots of different ones, so let's say you are selling it's a shoe shop, right? You're running running shoes, football shoes, tennis shoes, or any kind of other shoes, you know, let's say party shoes or whatever. Men's shoes, women's. So you can see what I mean by that, right? And now what you need to do is to have all of these in a separate ad group. If you are running a search campaign, don't have them all in the same ad group, because then you can put in the branded keywords. You can target those for the running shoes or for the football shoes and so on, or the different types of shoes, because football shoes will be different to tennis shoes obviously, and there will be different styles of shoes. So you want to keep them separate in each of the ad groups, right? Try and avoid broad match at all times unless it is absolutely necessary, because it is going to use up a lot of your budget, and you will find that your ads are being shown for a lot of irrelevant search terms. So you can use broad modified BMM and make it a bit more relevant to your keywords, and make negative keywords your best friend. I'll always say in any presentations or whenever I talk about keywords, that negative keywords is what you need to keep updating all the time, and have a good set of keywords which will then cut out all the wasted spend. What you also want to do is look at your search term report, and from there you keep on adding good performing search queries to your campaigns, and then those which are wasting the budget and you're getting clicks. So what I call these are non-converters and high spenders. You can sort them out by either that any keyword or any search term which has got no conversions and has spent more than, let's say, $20 or $30, depending on the cost of your click. Because if your CPCs are $50 or $60, which some keywords are, then it's all relevant. But if your keywords are $1, then you can set up that filter. So let's go into our account, and I'm going to go into one of my test accounts. There's no data in here, but at least you will see where it is. So you go under keywords, and then there it is over here, search terms. And in here, what you could do is then you can create a filter. Obviously, you will not get any results in here. So we can say, I want to find search terms which had more than 20 clicks and less than 1 conversion. What that means is that is 0 conversions. So you will find a list over here, then you can look at it. You will find a lot of these search queries will be about your competitors or other brands, and if you want to exclude them out, you can select all of them and pause them all at once. Or what you could do is then you can also save this filter for future use. So you can come in here once a week. I would recommend you do that and have a look, and then you keep putting them in your negative list. At the other end, what you can also do is you can say, I want to find search queries which had more than 1 conversion. So you'll get all the converted search term queries which you want to add in your ad groups, and you can quite easily do that. Okay, I'm now going to go to some of the questions which had been sent across. And if you are watching live and you want to ask any questions, then now is your chance to do that. Okay, I'm going to go on to the first one, which is by Mustafa. The question is, please, how can we avoid getting suspended for circumventing policy? My ad account was suspended for that. You need to look at the Google terms and policies. You must be running a campaign which goes against that, and that's why your account is getting suspended. I cannot answer that for you because I don't know what kind of ads you were running or what are the keywords. Some things are prohibited in Google which you cannot run, and if you are running those types of ads, then you will get shut down. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that. You will need to speak to Google about it. And if you find that you are not breaking any rules and you are not violating any of their terms and policies, then you can put in a request for it to be reviewed, and they will review it, and if it's all well and good, they will restart your campaign. Okay, so this question is it possible to run both DSA and search ads in the same campaign? If yes, how long we have to continue with DSA? As you said, some of the benefits, like we will find new search terms, negative keywords. Can you please explain what more analysis can be done with the live DSA campaign? Okay, great question. I would keep them separate. Absolutely. Right. So first of all, you keep your DSA campaign and ads in a separate campaign, and you keep it running and see what's happening. If you are finding that it is spending a lot of your budget and you are not getting the results, then you reduce the bids. So you're telling Google, look, I'm willing to pay so much. If you want to give me the impression, give it to me, or if you can't, then you won't get any. So you keep on running these, and you are going to find a lot of new search terms which are being searched, on the new ones which are being searched on a new basis every day. About 15 to 20% are new search terms, and DSA ads or campaigns are great at finding those new terms which we don't know about, and you'll be the first one to see, you know what, people are searching for these types of keywords and search term queries. So you might as well start putting those in your search campaign, because that search campaign will be bidding a bit more aggressively than the DSA, and you are more likely to win the auction from that campaign. So I would say absolutely keep it separate and then let it run. And if you find that the DSA campaign is not performing as it should, then keep it live for finding new search terms. All right. I've been searching and can't find any answers. Okay. So how much does it take until we start getting revenue from Google AdSense? I don't get involved with Google AdSense a lot, but I believe they pay on a 30-day, on a monthly basis. So that's when you start to get the revenue from Google AdSense. If in the beginning I do not get any revenue till the end of the month, will the amount from maximum budget will be charged at the end of the month? I'm not sure what your question is. Google will not charge you for anything because you are placing ads on your website. You are not running ads to it. So I'm really not sure what you are asking over here, but if you want to resend it across to me, then I'll be happy to have a look at it. Okay. Uzair, thanks for all the great videos. Could you please do one on monthly and daily over delivery? Okay, I've just ran a display campaign with £10 budget and used your manual CPC settings. Well, it's for everybody. It's not my setting. You have this option to set your bids manually, or you can use the automated bidding. Okay, so the ad ran for 1 day and Google now displays served cost 27.10 billed. And the cost is £20. Okay. I have a message in the right hand corner. One campaign reached monthly charging limit. If you could please explain what happened and why, that would be really helpful, as there's no content about this on the web. So you ran the ad for 1 day. Are you saying that they've served £27 worth of ads and you have been billed 20? Again, this is a little bit confusing and I'm not sure what your question is. And depends on how your billing is. So if you reach your monthly billing, then you probably will get a message on there, but I'm not sure what you are saying. Are you saying that you wanted to spend £20 and Google has gone ahead and spent 27? If that is the case, then you will get some days where the budgets have been spent a bit more, but overall over the month you will find that it will be what it is. So if you are bidding, or if you are budgeting 20, then you're spending about £300 per month, so you should have around 600 charged to your account. And if Google goes ahead and spends 800-900, then you will not be charged for that. Okay, thanks in advance and keep up the great work. Thank you, and thanks for being here. PSI got 3,483 impressions, 81 clicks, and average CPC of 34. Okay, so what about conversions? Did you get any? Because you put in all these other metrics, but what about, is that working or not working, and is that what you were hoping to get? Because if your campaign is just about impressions and traffic to your website, then that's fine, because you got some impressions, you got some branding, and you got 81 people visit to your website. But if you have got a direct call to action on your web page or landing page, and you're asking somebody to sign up or buy something, then you must set up your conversion tracking and see how many conversions you are getting. Okay, the next question is, hello, what if my quality score is high and I do not get the highest rank? I do not have a maximum bid set up. Okay. Do I have to increase my daily budget to get the highest rank? I mean, if another college company has also a high quality score, then it can only depend on daily budget, I guess. So first of all, you talk about the highest ad rank. The only way you can look at is by keep on searching your ads on Google, which I would not recommend. What you want to do is to go into your ad and preview of your Google Ads account and see if your ads are running or not, because Google has taken out the average ad position and nobody can see that. What you can also do is look at the search term impression share and the search term and the ad rank lost by budget, right? And that will give you how competitive your campaigns are. And also you can look in the auction insights report and you will see yourself against your competitors. So you don't have a maximum bid set up. You need to bid a certain amount. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do I have to increase my daily budget to get the highest ad rank? Budget does not come into play as such, but you need to have a decent budget to let your ads run all day long and you start to get clicks. And the more clicks you get, Google will have more data about your expected CTR or the CTR in your account, and you already have said that you got a good quality score, or what if my quality score is high. So budget doesn't come into play as such. But if your competitor has a high quality score, which you don't know what's their quality score, then you will need to bid. It's about the bid. I mean, if you want to learn how Google works out the quality score, then you watch yesterday's live stream, and you will find how it is calculated. You need to have a decent bid and a good quality score, and then you are going to get higher ad ranks. So I'm just gonna have a look if there are any other questions. If not, then we shall wrap it up for today. Okay, we're all good at the moment. So brilliant. So thank you very much for being here today. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Have a great one, and I shall see you on Monday at 5 o'clock UK time. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.